start because the conditions today are really hot. The sun's out. It's very humid, and I think that we're going to find that towards the end of the game, teams are going to tire. So survival of the fittest, and getting a good start today here is really important.
Of course, you can follow us on Facebook, AFLNT. Click on there and become a friend of us today. As Lockwood gets a big punch away, here come the Crocs. A hard tackle laid there on the likes of Hunter. Just players scrambling all over the place to get a quick kick away. The Tigers inside their forward line, and a good strong mark taken there by Thomas Motlop, of course the premiership player with the Wanderers last year, as he moves it inside the forward 50, looking for a target, and jeez, wasn't that just strength personified, as the Tigers have marked, 25 metres out, directly in front. Fantastic mark there by Dennis, it seems.
Yeah, good awareness too by Thomas Motlop. He took the contested mark early, and rather than trying to spot one with a spearing kick, he just knew that his forward and Dennis had a bit of height advantage, and he just popped the ball up and allowed Dennis to use his body well and get up high and take a good contested mark.
So the Tigers' first goal of the game is pushed across for a behind. So the Tigers lead 1 to 0. And we've only been going a couple of minutes early on in the piece in this 2:30 clash. But we'll just quickly talk about some of the other games going on. There's one at Gardens today between the Waratahs and Tiwi Bombers. Darwin and Palmerston doing battle, the two lowly ranked sides of the competition. Then the grand final rematch, Wanderers versus St Mary's. It's amazing.
Yeah, great game of footy all around today. So really looking forward to this match here, and those other ones, they could all go either way. And I know Darwin are chasing for a win and probably haven't had the best of starts of the season, but they'll go into today's game thinking that they've got a bit of an opportunity to win.
As Roberts and Kennard try to get the ball away, but Thomas Motlop just mops up things for the likes of the Tigers, and another great mark there, the Dennis. This is sensational stuff there by the Tigers. Can he go back, and a little bit of patience on this one, I think, for him to put this one through.
A touch of deja vu, I think. Thomas Motlop again takes a chest mark, and again just decided to pop it out in front of Dennis, who took another clever mark. But really, you give your forwards an opportunity to mark it, and most times they'll... With the likes of Dennis, won't let you down. So good start by Nightcliff. Just need to capitalise with a goal.
He sort of rushed the last kick, sort of blazed away at it, and stabs at it yet again. And this time, though, he puts it through the big sticks. It is 1-1-7 to the Crocs, yet to score. We've only been going, a couple of minutes in this first quarter here at TIO Stadium this afternoon. As the players move back into their positions, and it should be very interesting to see what happens here. It's number 55, so we think it's Dennis, but it could be either Cowell, Hargraves or Bradshaw. So we're sort of ruffling through it. Nightcliff team sheet came to us and missing a couple of numbers on there, so we do apologise if we have made any mistakes, but bear with us. We'll get them right eventually. I can guarantee you this, Lockwood is in the ruck work for Nightcliff. Good tap away there by McMillan there for the Crocs as they dive all over it. Always a worry when the big man's diving all over the ball. You'd rather have him standing up, wouldn't you, and let the little fellas go at it?
Yeah, I think so, but if you're in the position to go for it, you've got to throw your body at it, so, that's always the way it goes.
Rory Hood around this scrimmage as well for the Crocs as McMillan gets the tap away again, but it's sharked by the Tigers as they look to push it forward. Plenty of players around this. Lapistita trying to get it away. Another quick kick away, heading towards the broadcast position in the grandstand as Southern Districts starting to take control. Little set-up play and finds the likes of Rattlin Roberts. So Roberts chips it across. Under pressure was the marking. Kennard doesn't get it. Marlon Motlop clears for the Tigers onto the outer side. Great mark taken there by the likes of Elijah Ware, and he puts it laces out yet again. And the man in 55 just doesn't drop anything early on in the piece, but that was a great build-up by Ware and also Marlon Motlop.
Yeah, fantastic play, Nightcliff, and just goes to show a little bit of class there because Elijah Ware really didn't have anything on his opponent out in the far wing and just used his body to perfection to give himself half a metre. Played on quickly, and the pass was just as equally as good, and found the Nightcliff forward again, having his third shot for goal.
So the Tigers to go for goal number 2, and it's just, one behind, one goal, one behind, and if they keep that up, it'll be an interesting pattern at the end of the game, but I'm sure Mo Motlop, the coach, would not be too happy about the early start. Scoreboard pressure is what it's all about. 1-2-8 plays, nothing. So 3 scoring shots to nothing at the moment as Southern Districts haven't even got it in their forward 50. as such. They're trying to set things up through the likes of Old Meadow. And slowly but surely they're going to build out a defence. Looking for a lead-up player. Good work there by Ware to put some pressure on the ball. Players stacks on the mill. They get it out, tunnel ball style. Find the target and slowly but surely start to make their way down the wing. A high up and under kick. Underneath it is Hilberg for the Southern District's Crocs. It's off hands and it will be thrown in just in front of the scoreboard.
Yeah, both teams are really even match, as we mentioned earlier in the game, and I think that it's going to be the players, those sort of running back flankers or wingers that are going to be really crucial for both teams today. It is hot, and as we get into the contest, both teams are going to get tired, and it's the team with the most run at the end of the day is going to be the one for me that's going to win the game.
So quick kick away this time by Duncan as he heads out of bounds on the full. And, well, when I mention quick kick, sometimes the pressure can get on you, and that's why it was ill-directed. Two players fighting over the ball there. Retland Roberts playing against the side, wearing, well, his former colours in Richmond. As they switch play, find the target there. Yep. High up and under kick. Doesn't really give his forward too much of a chance to get on that as the Tigers' backman was interfered with. That time there was Gugliotta. As he spots up Thomas Motlop. Finds Marlon Motlop. Be interesting to see how his AFL career does get resurrected over the next couple of weeks with the pre-season draft in the AFL. Shannon Rusker up against two for the Tigers. He's under plenty of pressure is Lockwood as he hand passes back to his opposite number in McMillan. District's under pressure. Marlon Motlop there as well. Tigers through Ware. Plenty of time now. This time through Collinson, up and under, and it's out of bounds on the full yet again. So players just trying to find the pace of this game at the moment. Yeah,
just rushed it there. McMillan for Southern Districts. I'm not sure if it's his first game or not, but a tall, strong player, obviously, and matched up against Lockwood. Interesting to see who wins that battle today.
So Shannon Rusker, a Thunder defender. Where's number 7 for the Thunder? But today he's wearing the number 19 for the Districts as he spots up a beautiful pass. That time finding the likes of Smith as he moves it on, and away they go through gap. Gap, lace-out kick, doesn't hit the target, falls to the feet of the leading forward, that time there in Hodges. Under plenty of pressure now of the Tigers' defence. Trying to get it out. Good forward tackling pressure. Quick up and under sort of kick. Trying to find a target, doesn't see so, and it's over the boundary line and will be thrown in deep in the forward pocket for Southern Districts. So doing the ruck work that time there is Lawton. Good clearance work there by Nightcliff. Good strong tackle as well by the Tigers as they're trying to lock things up. Tackler there was Roy. And the ball goes on and a fine mark taken deep in the forward pocket by the Southern Districts Crocs. So the Crocs with a chance to get their first score on the board. This time through the likes of Hilberg. Very tight angle. Opens it up a little bit and sprays the kick. And it's through for a behind. So the Crocs get their first score. One behind plays 1-2-8.
Yeah, much better movement there, but the game still hasn't broken open yet. It's still just being played in a bit of a contested footy. Just waiting to sort of see who can get that early ascendancy and win a couple of 50-50 contests. I think that was actually Lawton had the shot for goal, was it? I'm not sure, but I'm really interested to see how that matchup goes. And we know that Lawton's come from Coburg in Victoria, and I'm sure he probably played a few games with the likes of Relton Roberts when he wasn't playing at the top level. So, mate, I'm not sure if that's the part of the reason why Relton went to Districts.
As Gugliotta marks on the wing. Misses the whole pack indeed. And the Tigers see it over the boundary line. So as the players just trying to find their feet at the moment. As KB mentioned, plenty of contested hard ball, but we just can't see that going with these weather conditions all the way through. But with the big body players, who knows what's going to happen as Lockwood tries to tap it down. Ware's there as well. Thomas Motlop being hassled there by Retland Roberts. Another quick kick away, that time there by the likes of the number 5 in McLean. And here come the Tigers. Lovely little lace-out kick. heading in the forward direction again. Some tunnel ball action going on, but great work in the defence there by the Crocs to slow things up with a bit of poise, and they burst through the middle of the ground. So good work there by Lampastida. Tries to find the target there in Lawton, way on the outer side. Hassling, working hard there on Doughty for the Tigers, and it's seen over the boundary line and will be thrown in, roughly 40 metres away from the Southern District's goal.
Yeah, better movement there from Districts, just a little bit more urgency, a bit more pace in their movement on the footy, and a good contest down at full forward and or full back, whichever way you want to look at it, for the Southern Districts moving it out of defence. So good movement there by the Crocs.
So it's Doughty, slowly but surely kicks it back in. Moving it along the wing now, finding the target, slowly but surely. It seems as though the Redheads are just linking up at the moment. And a fine mark taken there by Dennis, wearing number 56. So Dennis in front of the scoreboard, slowly but surely finding the lead-up markets. Nice kick inside the forward line. Oh, finally a drop there for the Tigers in that forward line. They've been marking everything that comes their way as Gap tries to pierce his way through the field. Kennard, using his burst of space and those long legs of his, gets the quick handball out and away they go. This time they find Hilberg. Hilberg, lovely lace-out kick and got to be 50, and I wouldn't be too happy with it either. And geez, they're on for young and old, KB. My goodness gracious me.
Yeah, good play there by Districts. Matt Kennard, I'm not sure if he meant the little tap over his shoulder or not, but he got the ball into his advantage, followed it up with a nice handball out to the space, and then a nice pass came into Lawton. And it was probably definitely a 50-metre penalty, and I think that the umpire was going to go that way, but it was probably a bit silly from Lawton, really. In my opinion, he's lucky he didn't turn that over, because the rules actually do say if you get a free kick and you make any contact and make them react, it's actually a free kick against you. So I'm not sure if the umpire got that one wrong or not, but the Southern Districts, to me, are quite lucky. Yeah,
they are lucky to get that one, and straight through the middle as well. So it's 117 to 128, and also I think another thing that you'd be worried about is that excess energy with this heat as well. I know there's a little bit of feeling and we get tired and niggly and everything like that out there, but you don't want to use that extra energy when you're going to need it in that last quarter as well. You know, maybe in the last quarter, okay, a bit of biff, you can get on with it. But first quarter, geez, I don't know. But it does show a little bit of feeling between these two sides, which is good to see as well for competition.
Yeah, great. It's really important for Districts. I think they want to be seen as one of the best teams in the comp this year. So we know Nightcliff haven't lost a game yet, and they'll be wanting to be the first team to do that. So, it's very even at this stage, and 1 goal 2 to Nightcliff to 1 goal 1 to Southern Districts, and it's shaping the way we hoped it would.
So ball back in the middle as players just trying to find their positions on the ground, as Duncan running ragged the number 24 in Laidlaw as he tries to bust through and gets that mark just. Looked like a bump ball from our angle, but he gets it anyway as he plays on quickly. Duncan, there to Marlon Motlop, and he shanks the kick, and it's out of bounds on the full. So the Tigers, they're still attacking. They've had a lot of the possession early on in the piece. Kennard and Motlop saying g'day to each other, the two number 6s. As Districts look to clear it. 3-on-1 situation, and a good strong mark taken there by Hunter. So Hunter clears it to the outer side. Dropping what he probably should have taken there was Old Meadow. Plenty of pressures on the ball as Nightcliff look to go inboard. He's fluffed what they probably shouldn't have stuffed up there. McMillan, hand passes off, finds the 13 in Roy, under plenty of pressure. Midfield battle enticing at the moment as the Tigers handball their way out of trouble and slowly build up towards Thomas Motlop. Always looks like he's got plenty of time. That time he didn't, as a great tackle was laid on him by Hunter. He's playing do-si-do footy at the moment, are the Crocs, just playing it before they even kick it. High up and under kick, and a fine mark taken there on the outer side. So Nightcliff slowly but surely building on the outer side. Past the parcel footy at the moment. And just blazes away, and a fine mark taken there in defence. So the Crocs, can they slowly build up this time? Here they find a target in Ruska. And away go the Crocs. Good, strong effort there by the likes of Nathan Brown, trying to force it on that time. Retland Roberts is there as well. On the outer side is Cade Brown. And the Tigers, slowly but surely, going through the motions yet again. Chris Smith on the outer side finds McMillan. So the big ruckman, little chip kick over to underneath the scoreboard. So waiting for leads are the Crocs. There's a high up and under kick. Retland Roberts' direction, and also there is Lawton. Play on, says the umpire, and Roberts goes through and sneaks a sneaky sausage roll.
Yeah, I was just about to commend, I guess, Nightcliff on the way they got back into defence to slow things down, and they did that quite well in terms of pushing their back. But the ball just managed to get over the back of the pack, and Retland Roberts doesn't need too much time to be able to swoop on things like that. So a good goal by Southern Districts, but I think that they'll be wanting to get their goals differently to that from more often. But, and I mean by that was probably an opportunistic goal. Nightcliff, you know, the way they moved back and helped out the defence then was quite good, but just probably an unlucky one.
So Nightcliff in control. Well, you would have thought early on in the piece, the Southern Districts look like they're dominating on the scoreboard. It's a tale of two stories at the moment. 2-1-13 to 1-2-8 with the goal kickers of Lawton and Roberts for the Southern Districts Crocs early on. Tapped down there by McMillan, dominating the hit-outs at the moment as Ruska gets a quick kick away. And here go the Crocs yet again. Lovely kick away that time there by Hunter. Will it make the distance or bounce? And it's through for a behind. So the Crocs getting a centre break.
Yeah, great tap by McMillan, the ruckman. He seems like a likely type, and good pick up by Districts.
So Dowdy to take the kick in for the Tigers. Those changes are starting to be swung here on the boundary line. Oh, jeez, and a hit taken there that time as well on 50 metres. Just be careful they don't react. Johnson earning his stripes on that one. Hilberg, the one coming in late there.
Yeah, again, just a little bit of undiscipline there. He probably didn't need to do that, but making his presence felt. Not too much lost here in terms of the free kick was given away in the back line, but a bit of undiscipline.
So Johnson, long kick inside to forward. At the bottom of the pack is the number 35 in Collinson. Can he use his speed? He might end up with it the way that he's going about it. Little quick kick away. Plenty of time, plenty of pace, and plenty of poise there by the Tigers to get another goal.
Yeah, well done. I think is it Marlon Mollop possibly over there that was worked hard to win the footy and just fed the ball back into with a firing rocket handball back into the middle of the ground, and an opportunistic goal, or a great goal off one step going straight through the middle. So quick reply by Nightcliff. A good game so far.
It is a good game so far, and Coates there just in the right place at the right time, and as I mentioned, just had the poise to get it off in a quick momentum. So the Tigers tying things up. It's 2-2-14 apiece. The ball goes up. Good tap there by Lockwood. Kennard at the bottom of that pack gets the quick kick away. Using his body well, there was the Crocs forward there. That time there was the likes of Hunter, and another fine mark taken there by Hilberg. So Hilberg looking for the big target. Heading in the Lawton direction, but he's going to go all the way himself, off hands for a behind. But my goodness gracious me, that was exciting for Crocs supporters.
Yeah, very, very good play. Both the mark and then rolling around on his left foot to have a shot for goal. Just touched on the line, but yeah, great individual effort. And
it's going back from whence it came. He's going to go up for it that time there in the likes of Hilberg. Doesn't find the target. Good work there by Laidlaw to get the hand pass out. Back to Hilberg. This time he makes amends. And what a fantastic goal for an epic moment of the day by Hilberg.
Well, I've said deja vu already today. It's Hilberg again, just only moments later, gets nearly exactly the same shot, perhaps a couple of metres closer to goal, and was able to thread it through. Both kicks looked really, really good off the boot, and that one was definitely got the full point, so well done by Hilberg.
It's like he used the 3-iron instead of the 7-iron on that one. That was fantastic work there as well. And he was under more pressure as well to get that kick away.
It was really impressive because he actually flew for the mark and came to the ground, but jumped up quickly and was able to gather the ball and have the shot for goal. So a couple of efforts in that one play.
So So Lockwood doing the ruck work. And wins the tap as well. But again, no spoilers at the bottom of it as Lawler tries to get it out. But here comes Marlon Motlop. Trying to move it forward. The goal kicker before from Coates decides to spray at that time. Pardon me, it was McLean that was streaming forward. Absolutely exhilarating stuff there for Tigers supporters.
Yeah, McLean's missed a few games this year, so they'll be glad to get him back into the side. Obviously crossing from Southern Districts last year. The son of the coach, Michael Magic McLean, playing for Nightcliff this year, so but a very good inclusion for the club.
So free kick being taken there by Laidlaw as he looks to set things up. Edged out of the clash that time there was Lawton. And Lockwood takes the mark. McLean. Lovely looking kick and finds the big leading forward as well. And they're just doing it comfortably at the moment when they're leading up. It's just when they're in front of goal going for their goals, they're just spraying them at the moment.
Yeah, we just mentioned McLean, and he just touch of class there. He gathered the ball and he really had to thread the needle through the and he was able to do that with a spot-on pass to the Nightcliff forward, and he'll have another shot for goal.
Sprays the tick. It's just dumbfounding at the moment. He's working so hard. The leads are good. The hands are good. Just not getting the kicking right at the moment as the Crocs start to move it forward. Lovely kick in. Big booming kick, but ill-directed that time there by Gap, and a fine mark taken there on the outer side by Nathan Brown. So Brown bombs it high and up in the air. And a good strike. That's well taken. Bit of feeling there as well. And hasn't dropped many today.
No, he uses his body very well. He's not a big leaper by any stretch of the imagination, but he just uses his body to perfection, and that then just illustrated that, and he was able to sneak this one through for a goal for his second.
So he's popped through too. We'll get his name at quarter time. It's just that the team list was missing a couple of numbers on it, so we do apologise to all the supporters out there on AFL NTV, aflnt.com.au watching today. But he's had two, he's sprayed a couple, so he's 2-2. And it's interesting, though, the way that he kicked that one there as well. Got it, turned around and kicked it quickly. So it means that his routine's not working for him at the moment as well. So he's a little bit all over the place with his mindset and when he's kicking the goals. But, geez, if he keeps going, though, he's sort of like the Nightcliff Tiger version of Buddy Franklin. Yeah. The way that he goes about it, you don't know.
He's playing well. He's playing good footy, and he's probably, I think he's actually kicked 2 goals, 3 yet, but yeah. He's had 5 shots for goal in the first quarter, which is a pretty good effort. But I think part of the reason he had that quick shot was because he was thinking about the demons that had probably made him miss the first few. So he'll be much better prepared, I think, going into the next shot.
As the ball is wrapped up there by Doughty and Ruska. Just on the half-forward line for the Crocs. Interesting that Lawton's in a ruck at the moment. McMillan seems to be off the ground.
Yeah, they're going to need to change the big men all day today. It's quite hot out there, and I think it's just part of a change.
So Berto plays on quickly. Just edge out of that one there is Thomas Motlop, and here come the Tigers. Good smother there by Motlop. Going in hard was the number 27 there in Chris Smith. High up and under kick. Bending. Oh, geez, 2 Nightcliff players nearly collided into each other. Good heavy hit as well. And the Tigers starting to build. McLean evades 2 tacklers. Hand passes over to Lockwood. Getting a call through from Marlon Motlop, but Lockwood goes high, up and under, and interfered there, and a free kick.
Yeah, what the umpire's called there is the Southern District's defender has run straight at the man on the ball without looking at the footy, so taken away his opportunity to run and jump at the ball. So right decision there by the umpire, and I think that goes to show that Dennis's marking prowess so far is playing into the hands of the defenders a little bit as well, and they're a bit worried about him and obviously weren't looking at the footy and gave away a free kick.
So he's on a very, very tight angle. And who knows, he'll probably slot this one straight through the middle. He's missed some sodas early on. But plays on quickly, snaps across his body, and it's through for another. He's got 3 for the quarter. It's a fantastic effort.
Yeah, another McLean again, just to show how he broke the line and was able to get into a little bit of space and handballed the ball over towards Julian Lockwood, and he just knew that the Nightcliff forward was in good form and just put it up in the air for him in a one-on-one contest, and he did the rest. So they're playing smart footy at the moment, Nightcliff. They're just going to the right areas and using the ball wisely. So they deservedly lead the game at the moment, 4-3 to the district's 3-3.
So with Lawton in the ruck against Lockwood. Wins the tap. Roberts gets the quick kick away to the ascendancy, well, in the forward direction of the Crocs. There's another snap around the corner there by Chris Smith and seen over the boundary line. So 70 metres away from the Crocs goal. Must mention is Beyond Blue round today. And with Movember just finishing up as well, through men's health diseases and depression as well, we'll be having a little discussion at half-time today about the importance of the awareness of depression and what we can do to combat it as well. As it is quarter time here at TIO Stadium, 4-3-27, the Tigers lead the Southern Districts Crocs at 3-3-21. It's a ripper of a game. Great to have your company on AFL in TV. And welcome back to TIO Stadium as the players are ready to go for this second quarter. 4-3-27 to Nightcliff, 3-3-21. And KB, you're itching to get out there again tomorrow. I've gone down there running between the huddles. I'm absolutely knackered.
Yeah, quite hot. We mentioned that in the early in the day, and it's not going to get any cooler for the rest of them either.
It's not going to get cooler in the commentary box either as Kenner gets a kick away. Good work there by Hilberg to use his muscle on that one. Googly Otter's there as well. Players diving over the pack. Hilberg again. That time there, Lawton gets it around snaps it around the corner, I should say. Hodges swoops on the ball, and, well, if we were playing league, it'd be a try.
Just for the fans out there, we've sorry for the not knowing the players' numbers early in the game, but we found out that the full forward for Nightcliff is actually Hargraves. So it's Hargraves who's been kicked 3 goals 3 in this first quarter. So I apologise for that, Hargraves.
He's done well with it as well. 44 for the Tigers is Young Cow, and Bradshaw's wearing 29, while 7 for the Districts is Mullins, and 23 is McGinniskin. As the ball is in the middle of the ground, Hunter swoops on the ball under pressure, and plenty of it as well. Laidlaw's there as well for the Crocs. Slowly but surely starting to build into the middle of the ground. Long kick heading in the Hodges direction. Maybe interfered with. Good work there by Gaddafi. And sprays the kick though. And it's out of bounds on the full, trying to clear it in a hurry. So the Districts will have another chance to build up. So Marlon Motlop marking his mark. Another chance for the Crocs to get on the board and create some scoreboard pressure. Kick coming in by Gap. High up and under kick. Trying to get his mittens on at that time there was the number 26 in Lawton, but Nightcliff are just going to clear it easily. This time through Nathan Brown. He's got a paddock to play with. Unfortunately sees the biggest man on the ground in McMillan. Plays on quickly. Quick hand pass there to Shannon Rusker. A high looping kick inside to the forward square, and a good strong mark, a great pack mark in fact, taken there by Lawton, and he'll line up from only metres out.
Yeah, again, it's probably about the third or fourth time today that the players kicking into the forward line have just popped it up and given their taller players an advantage, this time for Districts, and Lawton this time takes a strong overhead mark. So again, I mentioned him in the first quarter, the big ruckman for Southern Districts. He's in McMillan. He's a real presence out there, and cut the mark off then and moved it on quickly and gave him pretty much his shot at goal. And
ideally you'd like him to stay in the ruck for most of the day, obviously, but unfortunately the days of one ruckman, you need those pinch hitting ruckmen to help you out, of course, and well, they were pinch hitting before with the likes of Lawton. He's got 2 goals next to his name now, and already becoming a presence up forward, and that's how I reckon Madjo McLean would like it as well. Just to keep him up forward and just very sparingly use him in the ruck, because he's just such a excitement machine up forward.
Yeah, I think by the looks of what Madjo did in the first quarter, Lawton and McMillan will change those roles throughout the game. the forward setup for Southern Districts is quite good at the moment. I think they've got a couple of tools down there in Lawton and Hilberg, and then the crumbing players are getting in there as well. But it's a good setup and working for them at the moment.
The ball back in the middle, ready to get things underway again. A good bounce that time. Lockwood and McMillan doing the ruck work, going in hard under it, diving all over the place there. It was Lampastida at the bottom of that pack. Quick kick away, and the Crocs in the ascendancy again. Hilberg under pressure that time again there by Gugliotta. Maybe holding the ball. Is holding the ball. Had time to get rid of it. And the Tigers will go inboard. So a long kick heading in the Lockwood direction. Had to make a presence. Went in hard. Good work there by Birdo. Trying to spot up Motlop. Birdo ends up back with it again. Going in hard. That time there was Spring. And a free kick given away for a high tackle. So as the Crocs come along the wing. Lampastida spots up his teammate in Lawler and slowly but surely trying to find their targets. A good deliberate approach and making the Nightcliff players really man up here. So Spring on the mark, good kick away. Using his body well that time there was the number 27 in Doughty. Some tunnel ball action. Thomas Motlop doesn't go to ground, keeps his feet and keeps the pressure on the Crocs as well, but they lose the ball. It's a hot potato at the moment as it heads in the Crocs forward direction. Going in hard there was Elijah Weir. Good strong tackle and they're feeling it at the moment. And a free kick given away.
Yeah, I think Southern Districts just dumped him after the play, so the Nightcliff will win the free.
Chris Smith going a little bit too hard and heavy and goofy. And finds the target. So Marlon Motlop links up with Ware. Streaming through the middle of the ground. Has to be a good kick. Looking for Hargraves. Doesn't find the target. Off hands. And away they go this time. Spring trying to swoop on the ball but loses a handle on it. Good work there by Mullins on the outer side. Slow things up, waiting for assistance. Lawler's in the area as well, and the ball trickling towards the boundary line. Scoreboard all tied up, 4-3, 27 apiece between the Tigers and the Southern Districts Crocs. As Lockwood to do the ruck work against a smaller opponent. They move it forward here, the Tigers. Another long penetrating kick. 2-on-1 situation. Good work there by Thomas Motlop to keep his feet. Will he go in yet again? Another great tackle as well. The forward line pressure is outstanding by the Tigers. Canard gets a quick kick away to clearance. And you know what? The Crocs are going to benefit from this as Old Meadow tries to find a target. Good work there by Hilberg. Losing his feet at the crucial stage there was Gugliotta. And away goes Shannon Rusker, streaming into the forward line. Slowly but surely, the poise, the direction is right on target. And believe it or not, the backman's got a goal.
Yeah, very well played by Districts. They worked hard to keep the ball in their back line, and Nightcliff looked like they were going to get the ball out and had a few loose numbers, but to Southern Districts' credit, didn't panic. Won the footy out through Canard, who just got a quick kick away, and from there they had some loose players on the overlap. So great goal by Shannon Rusker, who worked quite hard to push up into the forward line and finish a classy goal.
So Johnson's come on for the likes of Lockwood, who's taken a break. And a smaller man going in for the ruck for Southern Districts, but winning the tap out. There's a player's just diving all over the ball at the moment. Chris Smith at the bottom of that pack. They play on quickly. Here come the Tigers through Elijah Weir, and a fine tackle. A great tackle laid there by Chris Smith. And maybe that's the inspiration the Crocs need to get on top of this game. They lead by a goal, 33 plays 27. Slowly but surely they got the build-up going. Nice long kick. Going in hard there was Lawton. Didn't find the target though. Sweeping on the ball there is Cade Brown, but he sees it over the boundary line. Also there was Crawford for Southern Districts. So in the Crocs forward line, they've had all the momentum in the second quarter, kicking 2 goals to nothing. Tap away there by Lawton to no avail. Just kicking in hope there are the Tigers, our defence. Bastida ducking his head, diving on top of the player there was Ware. Also Duncan. Retland Roberts gets a quick away. And the Tigers, they're everywhere in defence at the moment, but are there any targets up forward, KB?
Yeah, well, they're just pushing their numbers back, Nightcliff, so they're doing well in that area, but Henry Labastida probably a little bit lucky there to win that free kick. As he's called, he ducked his head, and but the umpire did pay him the free kick, and they managed to get the ball into the forward line. Ball
over the boundary line, just in front of Mullins. And the Crocs, with all the momentum so far in this second quarter. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook, AFLNT, become a friend of us there, and also tell your mates as well, wherever you are, travelling around the world. Of course, you can watch us at your own time, whether you're in London, New York, Paris, Brazil, doesn't really matter. You can catch us on aflnt.com.au with AFLN TV. As Retland Roberts has the ball under the scoreboard, with his side up by a goal. Little chip kick. Finds the target and away they go, and geez, another heavy hit there on the Crocs forward, but a fine mark taken there by Hilberg, and a good lead-up play as well by the Crocs.
Yeah, I think it was Rory Hood that kicked the footy into him, and he just didn't panic, didn't try to bomb it away. He spotted up Hilberg and gave him every chance to mark it. So he'll have the shot out from just inside the 50, I think, but he showed earlier he's got a pretty long kick on him.
So Hilberg going for his second goal of the day.
Yeah, and a nice kick there by Hilberg. Southern District's just starting to gain the ascendancy here. So after a pretty tight tussle for basically a quarter in the first part of this second quarter, they've just got a 2-goal lead at the moment, but majority of their play is being played in their third of the ground. So Nightcliff will be looking to respond now.
Henderson coming up for Hilberg after he's worked hard early on in this second quarter. 2-goal lead. And Nightcliff desperate to get back into this one. No, it's only 2 goals, but the way these two sides have been really going at each other, fatigue looks like it might play a part in this game a little bit later on in a piece. A bit of jostling going on. The umpire bounces the ball and probably call that back as well. So with the early game of the day, not really a strong crowd, as a lot of the junior games are going on around town at the moment as well, but interesting that 4 games are being played on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, not very often that happens. Obviously with the game out at Gardens today, Tiwi Bombers taking on the Waratahs, and I believe Favola's playing another game out there today, Edo?
That's right, and Wayland Manton as well, so it'll be interesting to see how those two team up as a free kick is being paid against the number 9 in Jackson Smith, as he was just having a little bit of howdy-do with Nathan Brown.
Yeah, so I think what happened was Southern Districts, Nightcliff won the free kick, and then there was another free kick awarded off the play, which provided a 50-metre penalty for the person that had the footy. I think that's what happened then, Edo, but Nightcliff, anyway, we'll have a shot for goal from about 40 metres out, and we'll need this one.
So Johnson comes in. Lovely looking kick, but unfortunately just swings to the left just when they didn't need that the most, and it's through for a behind. So it is 4-4-28, trailing 6-3-33. Tigers trailing the Crocs here at TIO Stadium. About 10 minutes into this second quarter. What a huddle that is, as they're all just milling around, in a fine high-flying marking attempt there by Laidlaw, as Roberts just bursts it forward. Kennard overruns it, and the ball trickles across the boundary line yet again, but great work there by Roberts just to gain the momentum.
Yeah, win there for Southern Districts, a small win in the game, but just too easy out of defence there for them, but the huddle obviously worked for them on that occasion, so interesting to see if they do that all game.
So tap down there by McMillan, try to get it out there to Kennard. Working hard there was Rusker. Also diving on the ball there was Crawford. kick away, that time there by Cade Brown. A high up and under kick, and Motlop flies but doesn't take it. Went one hand, probably could have gone two. Coates boots it forward. Players just diving all over the place. Geez, they're going in hard this afternoon. And Mullins earns himself a free kick. Switches play onto the outer side. Labadista marks it on the outer side. Hood is there as well in the middle of the ground, but he decides to go to the outer side. Finds the target. That time he knows Shaughnessy. And a beautiful build-up there by the Crocs. Hits Lawton, so he's just outside 50. Going to take his best kick as he plays on quickly. A lovely, long-looking kick heading into goal direction. I tell you what, it was his best kick, but it wasn't direct. And it's through for a behind. Another good build-up there by Districts. They just seem to be working a little bit harder on the other side of the ground when on the exchange. So it is getting towards the second half of the second quarter now. So the fatigue's going to start to build in before half-time. A good mark taken in defence there by Cade Brown as they try to build up. Go to the outer side. And a scene over the boundary line. Trying to scamper after that one is Cow for the Tigers. So the ball will be thrown in. Scoreboard reads 6-4-40 to 4-4-28. And a few Tire players hoping for half-time to come around sooner than later. We've still got 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Plenty of players around this scrimmage. Good pick up there by Ware. Plenty of time. Geez, missed the bounce on that one. Missed the cue. Missed everything, in fact. And the Crocs now have a chance to swoop on the ball. This time Hunter. They get it inside. Kennard's there as well. Can he do something with it? Diving all over it. Arms and legs everywhere. Nathan Brown gives it off. Pay. Works it forward. Geez, bounces into Coates' direction. Can he use it with the aid of Motlop? They're playing volleyball now, the Crocs. And a good build-up yet again finishes up in the hands of Crawford. So Crawford switches play. Plenty of Crocs here in numbers. Bounces through. Nearly ending up in the hands of McGinnigan. Retland Roberts snaps across his body, bounces, and it's over the boundary line. So it's a good result there for the Crocs as they get another chance. So as the interchanges keep on happening and the play continues. McMillan taps it down. Trying to get a kick away there is Lawton. Under immense pressure is Doughty for the Tigers. Players jumping all over the place. And it will be thrown up only metres away from the Southern District's goal. 6-4-40 to 4-4-28. Crocs lead. Trying to tap it back and a quick kick away and great work there. It looks like Kennard's just swooped on the ball at the right time and he's kicked a goal. Jeez, he's a handy play for the Crocs. Yeah, he's working really hard and in and around the footy too, Matt Kennard. I've been watching him a little bit today, but the game's really just slowed to a stoppage sort of down the line game at the moment, and you've got to take your opportunities, and Matt Kennard certainly did that then. But to Nightcliff's disappointment, they should have probably had someone covering the line then. So rather than doing that, they had everyone man on man and probably paid the price with Kennard making the most of his possession. So 7-4-46. Plays 4-4-28 and the Crocs in complete control. We all know what happened a couple of weeks ago where they had that sudden burst where they kicked 5 goals in that last quarter to really lock things up. The Tigers walked away with that victory by a point. But having a listen and just sneaking in, eavesdropping in on what the Crocs were saying just before they ran out, definitely fancied their chances today. And they've been in good form of late as well. So they build it up now, the Tigers, desperate for a goal. Coates trying to find Thomas Motlop. Just overstretched on that one, missed out on it. O'Shaughnessy there in defence. Busting their way through the pack are the Crocs. Good smother as well, and the forward line pressure starting to stand out. Spring loping the ball forward. Hargraves hasn't really had much of an opportunity this quarter. Kick 3 in the first. Here comes a chance. Snapping on the outside and a wonderful opportunity not taken as it hits the post. And, well, geez, they had their chance there through Nathan Brown on that one, but just unfortunately missed their chance. So the Crocs building up out of defence. Old Meadow just looking for options. Hasn't really got a lot of them, as all he can see is just yellow and black all over the place. Good punch away there by Crawford. And good thinking as well, just to hit it forward. Under a bit of pressure there is Hodges. Hay. Hand passes off. Building up now through Spring. And also on the outer side is Marlon Motlop. He could go all the way. Sets things up instead to Hargraves. Got his name written all over it, and just starting to fall down at the crucial stages there is Hargraves, as Mullins on the outer side slowly builds, but he's got nothing to kick to. So he goes inboard, finds Hood. And they're going to have to slow things down as there is really nothing up forward. Cannard. And good running play there by Hilberg. He's kicked a couple of goals. Plays on quickly, and punching it forward there was Jackson Smith, and a free kick given, mainly because he got more head than ball on that one. And the Tigers, can they build? They've got plenty of players up forward to kick to. They just have to be precise with it. As they do so, this time through Cade Brown. And here they go. Nice looking kick through Spring. Hargraves, can he mark this one? Had two bites of the cherry, not paid. Not happy about it is Hargraves. And they clear again, this time through McGinnigan. And a good strong mark taken between two players is Hunter. That was really good stuff there. Always good to see your midfielders or halfback flankers mark strongly overhead. Heads into Hodges' direction. Going to have to stand his ground on this one as the Tigers starting to feel it. And a free kick.
Yeah, so the umpire has called for a high tackle, and then because it was in the play, the free kick was awarded downfield, but it wasn't obviously much of a downfield advantage there for him.
So as they move it inside the forward 50 through Burdo and Coates, and the Districts just kick it out of bounds on the full. This is the chance for the Tigers to really strike here, with only a couple of minutes until half time, I should say. They play on quickly. Hargraves this time puts one mitten up instead of the two. And it's a rush for a behind, so it's 4-6-30 to 7-4-46. It'd be safe to say the Tigers have had their chances over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they've had a few opportunities. They keep going to Hargraves, and rightly so. He was obviously very, very good for him in the first quarter, but Southern District's credit have been able to defend it the last three times that they've gone into him, so they're holding strong at the moment in the Crocs.
McGinnigan. Long, flat, tumble punt. Finds the target there in Laidlaw, and they... Great little bit of handball work there by the Crocs. Smacking Hilberg in the face. There was the kick there as Roberts. Hand passes out to Hilberg. If he just balances himself, he'll kick this one, and he does so.
Great transition of play by Southern Districts, and really set up by a couple of just smart plays. Henry Labastida had to make a really quick handball, and he was able to do that to Relton Roberts, and then it was Hilberg who, again, just he's got a pretty good left foot kick, and he likes on that angle where he bends around, and was able to finish a pretty good goal in the end. He made it look easy, but it wasn't that easy, I assure you, Edo.
No, I know that. I was running out there only for 5 minutes before, and I didn't have a ball in my hand, and I'm absolutely stuffed. But it is great work by Hilberg. He's kicked a handy couple this quarter, and as you mentioned, the Crocs they've just built a little buffer here. It's 22 points, and geez, it's going to be tough here from the Tigers, but we know they're undefeated on top of the ladder, and they're there for a reason, so the good team should be able to bounce back from here.
Yeah, and that one would have hurt Nightcliff too. As we said, they had the play for probably a good 5 minutes there, and a few opportunities just didn't quite get their way. Southern Districts were able to hold them out, and then just the transition that was they had the kick in from a point, and it got down, and within 30 seconds they were able to get a goal out of it, and those ones really do hurt the club.
So the ruckman in Lockwood back on the ground, and will be taking over in the ruck duties against his foe in McMillan, and the ball will be rebounced as well. as we're into red time. KB, what do you think about the umpires' outfits? Brad Stewart said that he chose them, the tangerine.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna miss them out there. You're not gonna miss them out there. But listen, it's they're not obviously a part of the game that we want to see. But as Southern Districts have another shot for goal and are able to put it through. But I think that's through Smith. Another great goal by Southern Districts, just extending their lead again. But yeah, in terms of the umpires' uniforms, you don't want to see a clash with any club, and so for that reason it's probably a good thing in terms of you can see them and they'll get out of your way.
Well, we saw that a couple of years ago, didn't we, with Melbourne and Footscray, or Western Bulldogs, either really, I call them Footscray, battling it out on Breast Cancer Awareness Round, I think it was, only a couple of seasons ago, and Clint Bartram just hand-passed to the referee, or the umpire, and as a Melbourne supporter I was pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah, Southern Districts now got a pretty good lead. They lead 8-4 to Nightcliff's 4-6. So great lead going into half time.
Tapped down there by Lockwood. Desperate for a goal are the Tigers now. Going in hard there is Goofy. Doesn't find it. Also sweeping on the back there is the number 9 in Rusker. He's been in everything at the moment. Quick kick away there by Pay. Good work there by Mullins, trying to keep his feet. He gets a kick away as well and making the two players on the outer wing really work hard for it. Out there is Laidlaw for the Crocs and also the number 21 in Duncan. The Tigers win it out. They head inside the forward 50, trying to find a mark there. Basing himself slowly but surely, really working hard. There are the Tigers inside the forward 50. And a free kick being paid.
I think he might have marked it, actually.
Berto.
Yeah.
So they've got a chance now. Here are the Tigers.
Yeah, the league leaders will want this one. There can't be too much time left in the second half, and he's passed it off, and Hargraves taken the mark. So he's back in the play, Hargraves. Obviously, he hasn't had the best of day in accuracy for goal, but 25 metres out on about a 45-degree angle, he shouldn't miss this one.
Well, they're desperate for this. They've kicked 3 behinds this quarter, the Tigers, and been all over the place as well. Worked really hard, though, over the last 7 minutes. But the Crocs just got a couple of cheeky cheeseburger goals just before, so desperate for this one. There's Hargraves. He's got 3 next to his name. And at number 4 as well. So great work there by Hargraves. And the Tigers desperately needed that one. That was their first for the quarter, believe it or not. They've gone half an hour pretty much without a goal. So 5-6-36 plays 9-4-58. The Crocs in complete control of this one at the moment. And if the Tigers can sneak another one just before half-time, they'll be doing very well for themselves.
They've brought Lawton back into the ruck to finish off the quarter, I think. McMillan will come off the ground. And I think he has done so about 3 or 4 times this quarter. The big fella obviously needing a bit of a rest. It's a hot day out there, as we've talked about, but he's doing a good job.
Well, that's half-time. Usually the siren goes a little bit longer than that, but just a little nudge on the siren, and they're having a joking about it as well. There's the scorers in there. But, geez, I hope that wasn't an accident. 9-4-58 to 5-6-36. Southern Districts with a very handy buffer going into half-time. And, well, Nightcliff got a fair bit of work to do when you only kick 1 goal in the quarter compared to... Well, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals to the Crocs. A fantastic effort there as well. Leading goal kickers are Lawton with 3, Hilberg with 2, and singles to Rusker, Roberts, Jackson, Smith, and also Kennard as well. Whilst 4 goals there to Hargraves and 1 there to Coates as well. So they're looking for more goal kickers out of their midfield. Can't be too one-dimensional. It is half-time here. We'll be back in a moment, of course, with a little bit of chat about the reasons behind it. It's Beyond Blue Round here on AFL in TV.
Everything in my life turns to crap. My parents are doing my head in. Why can't they just back off?
We didn't know he had anxiety. I thought he was just being a typical teenager.
I can't sleep. I wish it all just stop. Sometimes I have these freakouts. It stops me from doing stuff, and I just need to get the hell away. Disappear.
Well, I finally got him to see a doctor who said he has anxiety.
The doctor helped me deal with things.
Help someone find a way back from anxiety and depression. Learn more about the signs and symptoms. Find out where to get help at youthbeyondblue.com or call 1300 22 4636.
Getting them involved with hip-hop groups like this. How else are you also engaging the youth as well, and also trying to find out about depression?
Yeah, also we have not only dancing, we have rapping, we have graffiti and DJ. Our company takes over all the bases of hip-hop, all the foundations. So yeah, it's bad that the average age is so young, and that average age is all communicating now. They're in that alcohol, drugs and all that sort of stages, and we just try and let them know that no matter how sad you are, there's always a chance to be better, and there's always a chance for you to make something out of your life. So yeah, it's a good message to get across.
To get involved, if you're down in the dumps, or you feel as though you do need an outlet like this, how do they get involved?
Well, it's quite as easy as just going on the website, Beyond Blue, everywhere. They're on the websites, there's cards, there's stickers, there's people all around. They're never too far. So if you ever need it, go on the website. There's fun games, awesome website. You can put all your messages, details, everything up there, and they're there for you all the time. And
plenty of entertainment, obviously, during halftime today and throughout the games for the rest of the day?
Yep, there goes the sign.
Yep.
But yeah, we're going to be dancing halftime. We're going to be showing everyone, a bit about what we do, and hoping everyone enjoys it. So yeah, and hopefully get the kids along.
Dallas, great to have you come.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah, great.
Everything in my life turns to crap. My parents are doing my head in. Why can't they just back off?
We didn't know he had anxiety. I thought he was just being a typical teenager.
I can't sleep. I wish it all just stop. Sometimes I have these freakouts. It stops me from doing stuff, and I just need to get the hell away. Disappear.
Well, I finally got him to see a doctor who said he has anxiety.
The doctor helped me deal with things.
Help someone find a way back from anxiety and depression. Learn more about the signs and symptoms. Find out where to get help at youthbeyondblue.com or call 1300 22 4636.